And time. All right. So the sequence we'll start with. You're gonna start in Jenga position. You're gonna go back, turn forward and go 1, 2, step under. But I don't want you to go into a full esquiva, okay? I want you to keep your guard up when you step up, drop under, step back to Jenga position, and then you just repeat it, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, back to Jenga, okay? 1, 3, up, back, 1, 2, under, back. Okay? Go ahead. And time. How's that feel? Make sense? Okay. So then we're just gonna add a kick to it. Okay? So start in Jenga, back, 1, 2, puntera, and then under. Back, 1, 2, puntera, under. Okay? Go ahead. Good. All right. So next, we're just gonna add another kick, okay? So from Jenga position, we go back esquiva, 1, 2, puntera, front foot martello, and then from here, you're gonna take your front foot, step back, and go under, and then the Jenga. Does that make sense? So one more time. So you go back esquiva, back esquiva, 1, 2, puntera, front foot martello, front foot goes under, back to Jenga position. Back esquiva, 1, 2, puntera, front foot martello, under, back to Jenga position. Okay? Make sense? Okay. Go ahead. And time. How's that going? Make sense? Thumbs up, questions? Okay. Let me think here. Okay. So, new combination. Starting Jenga position. Back. 1, 2. Step up like you're going in for a banda. Okay. So again, back esquiva. 1, 2. Step up. Back. Under. And right when you come up and under, martello. Okay. When we're doing these, I want you to kind of envision what the other person might be doing. Okay. So say you're playing with somebody, right? You're just doing Jenga with them here. 1, 2. Say they step in for, faking an armada. So you step up and you go for that banda, right? And then they fake, step back, and then all of a sudden another kick is coming through. So you're stepping underneath that kick and then going for the martello. Does that make sense? That's the kind of thing that you know, when you're doing this kind of training, or when you're training by yourself especially, you have to kind of envision that, okay? So that's it for this combination. Does that make sense? Okay, so start the timer and go ahead. And time. All right. So for this next one, we're just going to use the line and we're going to move in Jenga position. Okay. So you're going to get down to Jenga position. So it's on your shoulder, right? From here, you're going to go under and back. Okay. And we're going to go for time. When you move like this, don't bend down and come up. It's all in your hips, okay? So your hips are what should be going down and underneath it, okay? Make sense? Your thighs are gonna burn, and it's gonna be glorious. Ready?
Karuja, are we moving down the rope as we're?
Nope, just stay right where you're at. You're just gonna bob back and forth underneath it. Make sure you're keeping your arms up. And go. And time. Whew. Gotta do the other side here. Ready? And go. Ten seconds left. And time. Oh my goodness. How did that feel for everyone? That hurt. Okay. Moving right along. So for this next sequence, we're going to use that motion in the middle of it, okay? So we'll jinga. We'll start with jing on one side. So then you have time to reset between each one. So we'll jinga here. From here, we're going to go back esquiva, forward, step up. When you do your martello here, you're doing it from cadera, okay? So again, back esquiva, 1, 2, up. Knee comes straight up first. So straight up, kick. Then you're gonna step over in a jinga position. So you come up with this on this shoulder, okay? You're gonna bob, up, bob. And then you're gonna go back to jinga on this side of it, okay? Hang on. I need to tighten my hang on. Sorry, guys. Painter's tape on a couch doesn't work very well. But painter's tape on a couch does work. Okay, so one more time. So you'll do jinga on one side. Back, 1, 2, up, martello, jinga, back to jinga. Back, 1, 2, up, martello, jinga, back to jinga. Okay? Make sense? All right, activate. And good. All right. So a little bit more movement with this one. So jinga, back, 1, 2, Okay. I had these all planned out, but then once I have the rope here and I'm actually doing it, sometimes they don't make the same sense as when I wrote them all down. So, back, step. This time you're gonna step up, okay? So you go back, step up, 1, 2, and then you're gonna shuffle through underneath it. Step back, front foot martello. Then you're gonna go passage and come up just on the other side of it, okay? So your shoulder's touching it. So you're gonna turn, step around, and come up here. 1, 2, actually 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then jing on this side. So back, 1, 2, shuffle, over, front foot martello, passage, come up, 1, 2, 3, and back to jing. Make sense? All right. Go ahead. Good. Hand time. All right. How much sense is that making, everybody? Good. What my goal is for this is I'm trying to make it more more practical. So I thought of using this this rope because it's a commonly used drill in other martial arts like boxing and kickboxing and Muay Thai. And what it's doing is it's giving you it's almost like having somebody there to throw kicks at you, or to act as like an in-between for like after you do your move. Oh, I have to keep moving. So you don't just get stuck like doing like constant like kicking or attacking and not working on like actually getting out of the way of things. Does that make sense? Since we we don't all have people who are constantly trying to hit us like small children. I got hit with a baseball bat earlier. It's a real thing. All right. So for this next part, how much time do we got left? 7. Okay, so we got about, okay. So for this one, we are gonna move up and down the rope, okay? So that, what you just saw me doing, where I was bobbing underneath and doing 2 hand strikes, we're gonna do that going forward and back, okay? And again, everyone's got different length of rope or, you know, whatever everyone's working with. So I'm gonna do it for time. When I say time, I'm gonna just keep adding things to it, okay? So it'll be 2 hand strikes, bob under, kick, 2 hand strikes, bob under, a kick. And then after that, it'll be 2 hand strikes, a kick, bob under, another kick. You know what I mean? And we'll just keep building on it. So when you guys are ready, we'll do the 2 hand strikes, bob under, and each time you're gonna shuffle forward a little bit. So you won't be standing right like Justin Cadera, right? So you'll be here. You'll go under, 1, 2, under, 1, 2, under, 1, 2, under, 1, 2, and then you keep facing the same direction and start working your way backwards. So back, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, back, 1, 2. Okay. Try to stay as close to the rope as possible. So like really try to keep it right next to your head each time. Okay. Because when you're doing escapes and like if you were like playing with somebody and like they were trying to hit you, you wouldn't want to do like your, you know, big esquiva to get out of the way and then come back and expect them to still be there for you to do a strike back. Does that make sense? If someone's trying to hit you, you're just gonna get out of the way just as much as you need before you return. Okay? So, on your own, go ahead. And time. All right, so from here, we'll go under, 1, 2, and martello, and finish to the side. Okay, so martello, under, 1, 2, martello, under, 1, 2, martello, under. God, it's so hard to not finish back. So do your kick, try to finish to the side, and move forward a little bit. And the same thing going back. And go. And time. Is that feeling fluid for everyone? Any questions? No? Okay. If you do, or if you do have any questions, just pop in, okay? All right, so for the next one, we're gonna go 1, 2, kick, under, and a gancho, okay? So 1, 2, kick, under, gancho. 1, 2, under, wait, no, sorry. 1, 2, martello, under, gancho. Then 1, 2, martello, under, gancho. Our head's exploding? No?
Is
Okay.
the ganchu landed back or to the side again?
Land it back. Yeah, go ahead, land it back. Okay. And go. So, 1, 2, martello, under, gotcha, back. 2, martello, under, gotcha. 2, and time. Okay. Let's see. One, two, martello, gotcha. Okay, so after the gancho, we're gonna go underneath again, 2 more strikes, and a puntera. Okay, so it'll go 1, 2, martello, under, gancho, under, 1, 2, puntera, and then back under. So you can go to the other side. Okay, so then it'll go 1, 2, martello, under, gancho, under, 1, 2, puntera, back under, and then back to Jenga position. Okay? And go. 2, martello, 2, martello, 2, And good. Time. All right. So, last 5 minutes before we start stretching. First, it's just going to be free Jenga. Okay. So move around, move in and around. If you want, you can set like another like focal point underneath your rope so that you can move around it and you don't always stay in the same spot. Okay. So for this, it's not facing the camera here and going back and forth. It's moving all around underneath it. Okay. And then after, we're gonna add kicks in as the minutes progress. Okay? Make sense? All right. Go ahead. All right. So now add in martello. And every time you do martello, you have to follow it up with a couple hand strikes. Okay? Go ahead. And time. All right. Next, last one. All the straight kicks. So martello, puntera, pisao, pisao rodado, gancho, all of them. Again, following each one of them up or beginning them with hand strikes. So if you're moving around, you go 1, 2, martello, back to moving. Or puntera, 1, 2, back to moving. Okay? And again, so this is just following up. So like if you're playing with somebody and the game is aggressive, you don't just do martello and then go right back to Jenga. Right? Your arms got to be up and you got to be moving them so that you can block or strike again if you need to, or just not get kicked in the face. Ready? And go. and time. Good job, guys. All right. Whew. So we can all find some space to stretch now. That was fabulous. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a really cold room and I'm sweating. So I think it worked. So I'm gonna go to the splits first. You guys can unmic your camera so I can talk to you.
Wait,
it's not just me.
You're talking about sweating. What is this exactly? I don't understand.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. It's probably a near and dear subject for you, huh, Brady? Yeah, I've been on this kick for a few weeks now of trying to make this more feel more practical for everyone. So I feel like people kind of forget, you know, that capoeira is originally a fight, you know, and that it's not, you know, just, you know, like the dancing and everything. And I get, you know, it is all of it, but I feel like it's important to when you're doing it, feel as though you're, you know what I mean, like you have that practical sense to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always got to be a mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
A balance.
Yeah, exactly. Very well put, Brady. The puns are never ending. So I was thinking next week we would actually try to do some music. So I'm finally going to get all the stuff that's been sitting at the academy, and I'm bringing it home finally.
Ooh, what are you doing to get my ukulele sticks out of?
I'm going on Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Wait, tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow or like around noon or 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get the ukulele sticks too. But yeah, I feel like we've been hitting this stuff pretty hard, so it might be fun to just drum a little bit. It gets really it's really challenging to just keep in touch with all this stuff. Like honestly, the only times I ever work on my drumming is when I'm changing Bellamy, and I drum on his tummy. It keeps him entertained for a few minutes so he doesn't grab his poop.
Oh, so that's what it's for.
It's amazing the practical applications that has had for me. Here, other side. But yeah, so we may not do music the entire time just because an hour is a long time to work on drumming. But I want to work on it a little bit, so I'll make sure that we incorporate that into class time too. Trying to think.
It's a lot harder to do via Zoom than you think. Brady and Rhea tried it a couple of times.
Oh, is it?
A little tricky. Speaking takes so really hear unless you wear headphones if you can.
Okay. Does it, when I'm talking, does it sound like I'm cutting out at all? Or do I come through pretty clear for everybody? I know it kind of depends on everybody's like individual like internet connection and stuff like that, but do I sound like I'm coming through okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. It'll probably sound awful when I try to drum and